Jesus said in Matthew 7:24, everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the what? The rock. Same picture in both cases. He says, this is what it means to build upon the rock, to hear what I am speaking and take action by what you heard, to readjust with that. And then he says, if that's what you do, the rains can fall, the floods can come, and the winds can blow, but it will not fall because the rock is the foundation. But he says, everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them, who hears what God is speaking, but in that moment chooses not to turn and realign their life to what God is saying, well, we're building on the sand. And when that same storm comes and things crash against it, what's going to happen? It will collapse. It will not stand. That's where most of us in the church have been living. We know certain things that God is speaking. Sometimes we turn, a lot of times we don't. And so we don't have the firm foundation of the word under us, and so things come at us and we just collapse. We're just a mess. We don't know how to get ourselves up, right? I mean, that happens to us all the time. He says the most important thing that we can do, the foundation of everything, is to hear from God, to discern what he is speaking, to walk with him in that relationship. Makes me think of the transfiguration when Jesus revealed himself in his glory to Peter, James, and John. Do you remember on the mountain? Do you remember what the Father said? They hear a voice from heaven, and he says, this is my Son, with whom I am well pleased. He gives them one command. Do you remember what it was? Listen to him. Listen to him. Somehow this whole thing has been missed in our churches, that we're actually supposed to be hearing from God and literally following. Right? Jesus says what? Follow me. And somehow we've made it about like a possession of faith that we just carry around with us, but don't really do anything with, right? And the whole point is drawing near and discerning what I'm speaking through my word, and then aligning yourself with what you're hearing. That's exercising faith. And that's when we tap into the grace of God and get to see the power of God loosed in our circumstances.